wait, do you have segments?
No,
You have no segments?
I was so.
Why did we do this?
Because for the fans.
We have 30. Actually, we'll get into it in a second.
We are ready.
Hello, welcome back to RaBBois. I'm Tzvi, joined here with my brother Yitz. And okay, my foot's stuck on the wire. You see this crap?
I'm Yitz, joined with my brother Tzvi.
Are you actually? Is that the intro that we're doing every single time?
Oh well, I don't know why you got to take all the attention. That's all.
Because I'm better and hilarious, and I'm just more interesting overall. Another amazing milestone has happened since the last episode. We are at 37. 37?
37 subscribers.
We're at 30.
Thanks to
Yitz, actually.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Yitz.
Yeah.
He actually put some work into this amazing show. May there be many more hours of work they put into this show.
You sound like a Jew giving blessings.
I know, that's what I'm sort of doing right now. We had 22 subscribers, and you brought us all the way to 37 by making shorts using AI. It was very hard of you to use AI and
really
upload
easy.
shorts. Yeah, exactly.
I had to edit some of the words because they don't know how to say tzitzis, which are strings.
Oh, you poor thing. I had to, I auto-generated the subtitles, but I still had... Huh?
Nope, don't have a hole. I thought I did.
I don't have a whole... This needs to be a thing that we don't continue, because it's really, really weird. But thanks for that, and that is all on you. Those are your 15 subscribers that you gained. And
that's pretty amazing.
Proud.
15 people want to watch us.
15 people liked our shorts. Does not mean they want to watch us. It means they liked...
We got the really nice comment, though.
There was one comment, man, I forgot... I wanted to shout it out. I forgot what his name was.
What did he say? He said, low-key, these people are really good and we need something. It's just like low-key podcasters.
They just said we're nice. And honestly, it's nice to get a nice comment. It was also our first ever comment on a YouTube video. I don't have my phone here. I wish I could pull it out.
No, on one of our shorts, somebody gave a really nice comment, too.
On one of the shorts as well. Our first nice comments, because the first comments we got just were bland or not nice at all. So honestly, God bless. Very, very nice. This Saturday, my YouTube plaque's supposed to arrive.
Oh, really?
It's coming earlier than I thought it would.
Wait, so you're gonna be here?
Yeah, I wanted to open it Saturday night, but then I realized that there's holidays during then. I was gonna stream it on my YouTube.
We're missing the Bengals game again.
We're also missing the one the next week, by the way. We're missing 2. It's just terrible.
Half the season.
We're missing 3 entire games. It's very, very sad. But I wanted to stream it live on my YouTube. I thought it would take 3 weeks. It used to be that when you would get your YouTube plaque, it would take 3 months for it to arrive. And for those that don't,
that's what I thought. Yeah,
that's what it used to take. But they changed it. They have an entire factory in the middle of nowhere in an undisclosed location.
Wait, I thought I saw a video. Somebody went there.
Someone went there. Someone got personally invited. It was What's Inside. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, fine.
And I think they just cut stuff open and see what's inside of it. But then they went inside the YouTube factory. That was the whole thing.
He did a video that he cut open his plaque, right?
He cut open his plaque. They made an April Fool's video where they cut open his son.
That's funny.
It was a joke. Yeah, what are you saying?
No, when they cut open the plaque, he did the whole thing. I cut my YouTube plaque. Clickbait. Click on it. And he cuts open a YouTube plaque. And then at the end he says, this is actually, don't worry, it was my actual plaque. It was just a misprint that they sent me. It wasn't even his actual plaque.
Well,
was it? I don't think so. I think
you're able to... No one actually knows this. You're able to buy as many YouTube plaques as you want. The first one you get for free, but there's... Well, that wasn't his situation. That was a unique situation. But YouTube plaques are able to... There's a website, a special website that you sort of have to find the link in the YouTube settings, and you could buy as many as you want. I think for the 100,000 subscriber one, it's $300 every single time you want to. It's they have a whole factory making them 24/7. And
cool.
The issue with mine was...
Is it less? Okay, go.
My YouTube channel name is JewBoy, and that is controversial to some people, apparently.
It's hilarious.
Have you, did you think that name was controversial ever before?
No, when you first started, I said that, you're going to get some comments
But do you think that it's weird?
Well, because usually, once you walk down the street...
have you heard that name in a weird
yo, JewBoy! Oh, what's going on? It's never, bad. It's more it's you're being labeled, but it's not
I guess it's slightly demeaning. I don't know if it's a slur. It's demeaning.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what happened at Disney? I don't know if I told them what happened.
Saying any type of boy, you say like
when I was in Disney World with actually without you, myself and my parents went without you actually. Yeah. Without all our family, we had so much fun. You should have been there.
That's what happened when you're the youngest.
He actually ended up going to Disney World. I was the only one in the family that never went to Disney World.
I went when I was younger.
So I'm
not with my family.
I'm 19. Our parents are older, and they never went in their entire life, and we're the only ones that never went. And we got to live our childhood at a freaking decaying age. It was really, really nice, and I had many fond memories. The point is, when I was going... Actually, this was at Universal, because we went to Universal also. And we were going on the way... And actually, this is... While we're talking about it, while we were in a Harry Potter world... Remind me to get back to the thing. While we were in Harry Potter world, our father kept on saying that he wants to go to The Simpsons. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? Because apparently they have a Simpsons exhibit also at Universal Studios. But when I looked at it, it just looked like this like stupid roller coaster ride or like this fun house. It looked like a fun house. And all I saw was like that Krusty the Clown dude who was actually canonically Jewish in the show and has his father's a rabbi. Just random fun fact. And like he kept on saying, I want to go to The Simpsons. I'm like, it's a stupid fun house. Like, why do you want to go to like, it looks like it's for kids. And after we go to Harry Potter World, we start walking towards it, and we're on this bridge. And this is what I was going to say from before. On that bridge going to that Simpsons exhibit, this random kid yells, Jew boy! And then his mom's like, looks at him like disgusted, and everyone else is like looking at this kid like, who the hell is this kid? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And like we take a picture or whatever. But yeah, it could be taken in that way, but I'm trying to change the narrative and make the Jew boy name a cool name as a nickname and not like some... Also, I thought the name was cool. I didn't know it was a slur when I first made it, so that was, that's upsetting. Anyways, while we were going to The Simpsons, we thought it'd be some stupid little thing. While we're walking there, through that bridge, past that kid, I slowly hear like the music fading in. It's literally like I'm entering the world, and there's an entire... Everything's The Simpsons. It wasn't some little funhouse. It was the entire town. They had Homer. They had like all of the stores, all the people. They had the dog. They had like the police officer, and our father got he got like a shirt there. Like he changed it to like a Simpsons shirt right there.
The Duff one.
The Duff one. The Duff beer, and it was overall it was very nice. He should have been there. Was actually.
Yeah, I know. I'd see my father be a kid again.
It was really nice. You know what? Maybe next time, whenever that is, maybe you'll be there. But that was very fun. Point is, Jew boy can be used in a negative way, apparently. But the way I spell Jew boy with an I, so it's completely different because boy with an I is hilarious. And while I was making, I said all that because while I was making the YouTube plaque, people think that that it has to say your channel name on it. But you could actually put whatever name you want on that YouTube plaque. I could have put my real name. I could have put Rabbi. I could put whatever the hell I wanted. And when I went to type Jew boy, boy spelled with an I, like not spelled with like a Y, the auto detector like said it was a bad word, and it wouldn't let me make it.
That's interesting.
It wouldn't let me make it, which was...
They're watching you.
It was my freaking channel. They verified my channel. Like, they verified my channel with the name Jew boy. So... I was like, what do I do? I asked my audience, do I do RaBBois, but without the S, because sometimes, all you really need is me.
Yeah.
Do I do RaBBois? Do I do my real name Tzvi? Like, what do I do? And I ended up just coming to my own conclusion, where I copied a invisible text character online, and I put it after Jew boy. It's an invisible character, and when people see it, and when I put it when I type it in the name thing, in the name box, it considers it like a different word. So it's Jew boy with an invisible character.
It's really cool.
And I typed it. They also have a manual reviewer, though, that like after that. So I sort of just submitted it and hoped for the best. And I randomly received the shipping details a few days ago from UPS. I just randomly got sent an email.
How do you know it's not going to show the character?
I have no clue. I assume that it's going to say Jew boy with no character, because when you type it, while you type it, it shows how it's going to look on the plaque live. Like every character you type, it'll add it to the plaque.
Oh, okay.
And like I put an emoji there, and it shows like a colorful emoji. Like it'll put color on the plaque. I put the invisible character, and it didn't show anything. It didn't change at all. But in the text box, it did show a character. So I have this fear that when I open up that plaque, 10 years of of hopes and dreams. I'm like, is it gonna show like a question mark character? Like, you know when you send a text on an old smartphone, it can't recognize the emoji. So I'm afraid that it's gonna do that.
That'd be funny. It'll be funny though.
Huh?
It'll be funny though.
It would be funny. It'd still say Jewel Boy probably.
But why can't you like carefully scrape it? I don't know how. Unless it's
you want to like just scrape it off the physical plaque if it happens.
If it just yeah.
No, I'll probably leave it. It'll probably just be like a meme inside joke. I don't really care. I mean, you could always buy another one technically, and I'm gonna hit 1 million, so I'll just have a new one on there anyway. So it doesn't even matter.
And then they'll give you a real one because you'll be big enough. If you're big enough, they don't care. That's how it works in society.
That's true, by the way. Like, if I were... Like, there's some YouTubers that have done things that I've also done, just gone away with it, or same on TikTok, things like that. And because they're bigger, verified, and just know the people, they get full permission to just do whatever the hell they want. But...
It's always a difference. Sometimes I feel like, depends on the year, depends on the crowd, who cares. For example, remember, last few days ago, Sunday was Monday.
Oh, yeah, we should talk about that. Yeah.
Monday was Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur.
The day...
Why do people say it like that? It's Yom Kippur.
They say Yom Kippur. By the way, I don't know... It's this... I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No,
but
it's okay.
It's this...
I'm used to it. Okay, go.
I'm sorry you didn't go to Disney World. Point is, it's this Jewish thingy.
I'm not mad.
People that do Jewish outreach, right? They're called shluchim, messengers. They're rabbis that try to find... people, non-religious Jews, and get them to be more religious and in touch with Judaism. And for some weird reason, like, they'll also pronounce it as Yom Kippur to the non-religious crowd because that's what they're used to hearing. But they're used to hearing that because the religious crowd keeps on saying that because that's what they think it's supposed to be called.
Like one goes, no, it's Yom Kippur. You're like, oh.
Like
because the guy said it normally.
If the rabbi just said it's Yom Kippur, everyone would just start calling it Yom Kippur, and like Rosh Hashanah instead of Rosh Hashanah, and like all these weird... It bothers me. And
it's like the wrong syllable.
It does not need to happen. Day of Judgment a few days ago. It was actually not too bad. You pray for literally the entire day.
I got really... You fast the whole day too, from the nightfall, the night before, 25 hours.
25 hours. No water, no food, lots of prayer. Very holy. I love that a lot.
Yeah, full on prayer.
Full with prayer.
So I was so tired because I was running with my kids the whole day. Whatever, busy guy. I don't know. You don't know what that is. But, anyways, so that night I was so thirsty. Next morning I literally was so thirsty. But you push through for God.
I mean, it wasn't that bad this year.
Towards the end, yeah, it's actually, if someone's ever fasted, towards the end of the fast,
you get
that fast high.
There's a fast high, and it's a real thing.
You just don't care.
And now you got me started on the fast tangent because I'm gonna do this right now.
Okay. Can we pause, guys? I want to say this interesting story before.
Okay, but let me just add this to that fasting thing. Yeah, at the end, like once you get past the halfway point, at this point I'm just so used to it though. I'm just so used to fasting that you could literally just keep on going. But regular, like healthy fasting, you're supposed to drink water, so it's a separate subject.
Anyways, so last year at Yom Kippur, I was walking to synagogue, and and just for clarification, we went to the same synagogue both years. So same road. I was walking out and some guy drove by. I don't know who it was.
It was both of us walking, right?
Was it both of us? No, I was walking by myself.
You're walking by yourself?
Last year.
You're right. Wait, are you sure we weren't walking together when was it the way back from synagogue or to synagogue?
It was the way to after the break in between.
After the break, yeah, right, because we were
we were in different places. So I was walking back and some guy drove by. So 2-lane street, he emerged over next to me because I'm walking on the sidewalk, zipped by and yelled something. I didn't hear what it was, and there's another person in front of me, non-Jewish person, was like, man, that hate's got to stop. Like, that's why the world's so messed up. And then I realized, like, you didn't realize, because I heard, like, no. And then apparently he said, F you, you Jew. Mm-hmm. And it was like Yom Kippur, so I was like, that's funny.
On the Day of Judgment.
Yeah, no, it was more like, oh, like, people still don't like you. And it's like this, I was just walking looking like a Jewish person.
I get what you mean, and it happens a lot. Specifically, it probably happens the most when you're walking in public from synagogue.
I think that people think it's funny. Like, I don't even know if it was like I can't tell.
No, I've noticed multiple times on end people purposely speeding up and like and like almost like right on the edge of the sidewalk, like purposely speeding up. I've noticed it, and it's happened multiple times. It is a weird thing, and I do worry. Like I personally do worry when I go to synagogue about
sometimes
about the stories that you've heard and those types of things. And like I was talking about it, I made a whole rant about it on my YouTube.
But we have security now, and people in the synagogue are loaded.
They're for sure carrying. So that calmed me down a little bit. But literally, like I made a whole rant about it. Like when's it okay to whine about stuff? That's sort of what it is, because I do legitimately get anxious and scared about that stuff while I'm in synagogue, but I also don't want to like sound like a victim when I say those types of things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the intent was. I'm not saying that obviously it was terrible, but I'm not going to say like, oh my gosh, I was like, it was more like, what? Why? Like
it's a when these things happen, a lot of people, they'll try to be like, oh, how dare you, yada yada yada, but if you look at it externally, like that's just such a weird thing to say to somebody.
I'm just a dude walking down the street.
And when it happens to us, it just confuses us. We're like, what? Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's
but then I got confirmation because I went into synagogue. Someone behind me was like, did you hear that guy yelled at you? Because apparently someone walking behind me. I'm like, yeah, did he say what I think he said? We didn't want to talk about it because Yom Kippur, I mean, we did because safety-wise, but we didn't want to talk about it like what he said because it wasn't nice. Just as in, like, we didn't want to say the words. So he was like, I'm like, did he say what I think he said? He goes, yeah. I'm like, eh. And then we told, like, the guy in charge, the guy who we know is carrying, and he's like, okay, we'll just, we'll keep an eye out. But it was just some crazy, I don't know, crazy or someone who thought it was funny or whatever, was like, oh, I'm just going to yell at you today.
If you're asking me, I don't think thinks he was funny. I think he was legitimately being, I mean,
no, probably.
That's what I think. I mean,
but the person didn't stop over and beat me up or hit me. They just yelled out the
It's
window.
always drive-by. I mean, my friend got called a K-word. I was, like, near him when it was happening. Just, like, drive-by K-word, continues on with their day. But, however...
I feel like it's, like, teenagers trying to, like oh,
no, it was an older guy, like, older trucker type of dude.
That's kind of crazy.
It's kind of up, actually. But I had an opposite experience this year.
Yeah, so going
on
to
the Day of Judgment.
So this is what we call Nahapachu in Hebrew, which is the world turns up. We turn it over the world. As in, the bad becomes good. So in a year, the bad became good.
So this year, well, first I should probably explain that Yom Kippur, you're praying the entire day. Now, there's a little in-between break from after the morning prayer going to the afternoon prayer. There's like this little break because you literally just prayed for like 6 hours. But some people don't do a break; they'll just go straight full on. So he has to go home and take care of his kids and then, like, walk back, like, a half hour later.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
It's tiring.
So what myself and my father do is we go to... There's a dormitory near the synagogue for school there, and we just crash there for the break so that we don't have to walk. It's like a 1.5 mile walk from synagogue to our house.
They're not in session, so that it's empty.
It's like It's like a 1.5 mile walk from synagogue to the house, and the break's only like an hour and a half, 2 hours, so you don't really want to... By the time you go there, you're already walking back.
Yeah.
And while we were walking...
I had a little bit of time at home.
While we were walking to synagogue, to the dorm for that break, and there's literally, like, right across the street, someone drives by the road and says, I know you from Instagram, and like, while driving... and then continues driving, and like our father looks at it, like he looks at me like, did that just like it was a positive version of that, and then
that never happened.
And never in a good way, and like if he yelled Jew boy, I would have been like, yes, that is me, and
nobody drives by and says, I love the Jews.
It was very interesting.
They only say that if you're like stuck on a train with somebody or on an airplane, like, I love you people.
I love you.
I love your people. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, some people are a little like obsessed with that.
Like, hey, like I really like your people. I'm like, what do we do? Do you want a loan?
They act all holy, and then like they try to convert me and stuff. I'm like, I'm just trying to get.
Here's a book.
I'm just trying to get him off flight, bro.
I actually have a story about that.
But the point of the let me finish this. He said I know you from Instagram. Then after the fast, later that night, I'm just looking on Instagram. For those that don't know, I have a pretty popular Instagram following. I post all my TikToks on there, and it did well also. I look at my DMs, and it's this random DM. He's like, hey, did this random teenager yell at you while driving by? Because if so, that was me. And I said, yeah, and I responded because it was hilarious. And
it's really funny. Story. Well, speaking about conversions, I was on a plane to Washington, D.C. from here.
What were you going to do in Washington, D.C.?
Stop over in New York.
Oh, okay.
So, whatever, I got diverted. like I want to go direct. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I was sitting next to this guy, and the guy's like, "Oh, you're Jewish." Like, he always, "Oh, you're Jewish." Like, yeah, no, I just.
All these people that try converting are always like, "Oh, hey there," like they try being kind and like they try to rope you in, like, "Hey, Jewish man."
I
love the Jews.
Can we interest you in?
Exactly. I love the Jews. They're great people. You know who else was Jewish? You know, Lord and Savior. You know.
It was the guy was. This was a little bit off. It wasn't like that. It wasn't direct. First, he was just talking about Judaism, and then he talked about his religion.
Was it like a Christian trying to...
Yes.
Okay, continue. You can say it, and no one cares. I'm just wondering.
Well, because it wasn't a nice story. Unfortunately, it wasn't a good experience.
Well, it doesn't mean all of them are bad. It's just one experience.
I just don't want to trash on a certain religion, that's all.
It's not trashing the religion. It's trashing on the person.
Well, we're basically talking about Christianity, I was talking about Judaism, we're talking about the similarities, and I said, like, whatever. We could talk about it, but... he was actually... Because then he started getting to, like, oh, like, you know, like, we really believe a lot of the same, like...
It's so passive-aggressive when you talk about similarities of religion, because at the end of it, it's still like, but mine's the right one. Yeah. You know, like, no one says it. We're like, wow, so, you know.
It wasn't even that. He's gotten to, like, he started to be like, well, like, you ever thought about Christianity or whatever? I was like, no, I'm pretty confident that ours is the right one. You know, I'd be like, you know, because that's what I believe. So I was like, but then, like, he was going on.
He's like, nuh-uh, you know.
It slowly started to get to where, like, basically, I didn't realize we were just talking, and, you know, I'm like, I'll pass the time. But I tried to end the conversation a bunch of times, but the guy was very, not aggressive, but not.
He was sitting next to you on the plane?
Yes.
Nothing worse than some yapper next to you that refuses to stop talking.
That's what it was. So in the beginning it was normal, it's fine, and, like, I'll talk to you, and you know what? I'll get the plane to go by, the flight to go by, but then it started to get to the point where it's like, I don't really want to talk anymore, but it wasn't like, oh my gosh. And, like, but it wasn't like...
You just wanted to go to sleep?
Or, like, just do my own thing. Eventually I did, but...
You know what sucks? People that are yapping at 4 a.m. on a plane.
But they're going... Yeah, but they were going on and on. So this guy was going on, and he started, like, really trying to... Not convince me, but I don't know what I think he was trying to convert... I didn't realize...
Did he tell you, though, that, like, he died for your sins?
Yeah.
Oh?
Obviously.
And?
Something about a ghost, something about... Anyways.
Okay, continue.
So then, I only noticed that people around me were like, hey, stop bothering that kid.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Because you know why? The flight attendant came over with a book about their savior and converting from
the flight attendant.
Yeah, joined the conversation too.
Joined the conversation
to confirm me
with his book. He's like looking over the conversation. He's like, hey, I like the Bible too. And like pulls out his own.
It was a woman.
So
he said he.
Okay, she yes, okay.
Context.
You didn't say. Okay, continue.
So no, he was all of a sudden the flight attendant was like, oh, you talking about Judaism and Christianity and like converting Jews or something.
Like they like have the like the soda cart and like pulls that entire Bible from underneath.
She ran to the back, got a book. I think it's called actually I don't want to publicize it. Anyways, because it's not it's a book specifically trying to convert Jews and whatever.
Okay, continue.
So, and she was like, oh, like you really should read this. It's really good. And like yeah, like die for our sins and all that. And I was like, I don't know if you're allowed to be doing this.
Like, I'm just trying to get on my flight. Trying to go to New York. Literally trying to go to Jewville, and you're trying to get converted on the way there.
But the flight attendants converted me. I felt like it was a little bit.
You're saying it seems out of TOS.
Anyways, I think I actually got some money back because I complained. I was really upset. I got very upset.
Of course you complained.
Yeah,
that's hilarious.
I was like, I got converted the whole flight.
Jewish through and through.
And they're like, here's a complimentary $200 voucher.
Yeah?
I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah, $200 because of that?
Yeah.
You know, I need to start calling for my experience.
Well, don't get converted by the flight attendant.
Why is a flight attendant, like, usually they want no part.
Yeah, it was really weird because when a flight attendant came over, then...
the pilot, like, stopped steering the plane and he's like, hey, I like the Bible, too.
So the people around me were like, because I was clearly Jewish, I was wearing a hat and everything. It was back in my religious days when I used to wear it all. So then they were like, stop bothering this kid. And I was like,
Did they stop bothering you?
I think eventually they did when I said, you know what? He was like, you're really not going to convert or something?
Like, on this 2-hour flight conversation after my whole life I spent...
You say how his life got changed. He used to be such a terrible person. He told me some things he did. Anyways, I'm like, if you were able to just get forgiven for those things, like, I'm not going to buy what you're preaching. I'm not saying whatever, the religion in general. I'm saying this person did some awful things, and he thinks he's all better now because he's converted. And I was like, oh, like, no, that doesn't rectify the terrible thing, like, really bad things, actually. And
so did he convert?
TOS stuff. Anyways.
Wait, he was just dumping on you?
Yeah.
He was just trauma dumping, like...
And he was like, and now I'm saved. you should come. And I was like,
the weird part of that
is
how he was so comfortable to just tell you all of his traumas.
Yeah, no, he's clearly. I think he's using his religion as a way to make himself feel better about his trauma, when clearly, I'm good now. When no, you actually have to forgive certain people. Like he said, certain people forgave him, but certain people didn't. But it's fine because he
Is it like jail time type of stuff?
Yeah.
Damn. Now I'm curious. You don't have to say.
It wasn't murder. It was, let's just say, other things.
I can imagine. Okay, yeah. And you're going to New York? What was it for?
I was going back to school or something.
School.
I remember I landed and I was like, that was very intense. And then I realized, like, it was like only later you realize, like, that was not okay to get harassed the whole flight, and then the flight attendant coming over and trying to bother me too.
You ever want to punch someone in the face? No, that's a little aggressive. But like, you ever want to like tell someone to like shut the hell up?
Yeah.
Like, especially on the plane, especially when it's, as I said before, 5 a.m. and people just want to have conversations at 5 a.m. on the airplane. Like, we're all tired here. Why are you talking? I'm sorry. Little hand.
There's this idea. It's very much like when Christians try to convert Jews. There's a whole movement, J for J, and they always say, and I like this line when we argue against them. There are some people who argue against them, whatever. I don't want to get into the whole. It's very like controversial.
Very controversial.
But
for the most part, we just kind of want to be left alone.
Exactly, that's the whole thing.
And like, I'm gonna be I'll be a little controversial for a second. If you see, like, if you're a Christian that's wanting to convert Jewish people and things like that, like, if you see a Jewish person that looks as religious as us, just leave them be.
Yeah.
For majority of the time. The majority of the time, they just don't even want to have the conversation. They're usually, they know what's about to happen, and they're not in the mood for it. Like, you're not gonna get through to them. Like, you can get the truth out, but won't go through to them. It's being technical.
No, the whole thing was, it's very much like just leave.
Like, spread your truth, but like, leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Leave us alone. Like, we're trying to go to our freaking
We're just trying to go to school, or
like,
trying to get a hamburger or something.
Exactly.
I don't need to be preached on the way.
Like, we got enough going on.
Like, clearly I believe in something.
Exactly.
Like, it's not like I'm like, oh no, you're right, actually.
No, but it's like,
I'm gonna drop everything.
But I feel like they do it on purpose. Like literally, like, it's different if you do it to somebody that's not at all religious whatsoever. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
But I'm like head and toe. Like, I feel like they just want to start an argument sometimes.
A lot of them do, and a lot of them, it happens to be a lot of them really, really believe in it. I think it has to come from,
because they genuinely believe, like, you'll go to hell, like, you need for eternity.
Yes, that's what he's telling me.
And I get why they're doing that.
Like, no, like, you're really, really gonna go to hell.
And I'm like, thinking, oh well, we're all going to hell, like, that type of thing. But I'm gonna be going to what?
I'm gonna be going to where?
Oh no, not hell. I was segueing because we were talking about New York. I'm gonna be going there next week. There's a chance our father might go with me. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm just gonna be here alone.
You'll be here alone. Next week is the holiday of Simchas Torah, which means...
Don't say Simchas Torah.
I was thinking, I was like, Simchas Torah. That is what people call it.
That's how you pronounce it?
We're not making it all formal.
English.
Really, yeah. And it's the celebration of the Torah. It wasn't even given then, though, was it?
No, it's just we read the whole thing. We finish on that day.
Oh yeah, we finish the entire
It's
thing.
5 books of Moses, and we finish the last book.
We like 100% it like on that day.
Yep.
And we have lots of parties.
Like a video game.
Exactly. That's why I said 100%.
But unlike video games, we start from 0% the next day. Because we do it again.
Well, people replay games, so I don't know if that's it.
No, but it's not like you finished the game. That's my point. It's like, oh, you completed it.
You did not complete it. There's always more to be learned. But, so, it's a big thing that Jews go to Crown Heights in Brooklyn for... Is it in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go there for...
Well, I mean, it's everywhere, but our sect is in Brooklyn.
Yeah. So they go there for the holidays, and I'm going to be going there. It's my first time there during that time. It gets really crowded, really packed, really, really crazy, and I'm low-key kind of nervous about it. I also am curious if, like, I'll get recognized a lot or, like, not at all, because all Jews sort of blend in there.
You will get recognized, that's for sure.
All Jews blend in there because we're just all white-shirted for the most part.
No, but we're like, it's like you can't tell Jews apart when they look the same, but, like, Jews...
But Jews can tell each other apart.
You'd be like, this white shirt, like, you know exactly where everyone got their white shirt at. You'd be like, oh, it's a little...
That's why it's weird when that guy recognized me, because we were coming out of synagogue, and there was a bunch of Jews there. right? Someone that wasn't Jewish sees a bunch of Jews and he picked me. He saw me. I know you. Like that was interesting. Maybe I'm just that recognizable.
Pretty good Jew meter.
Maybe I'm just that familiar. I don't know.
Could be.
So maybe when I'm in Crown Heights, I'll be. I don't know. I was thinking like, am I gonna get mobbed? And like, I know what to assume.
I think people are just gonna be like looking at you. Maybe a lot of stares.
I get a lot of stares.
And a few.
But it's confusing because people in Crown Heights will stare at you regardless, regardless of if they know you. They just like staring at you. You're not from here.
While they eat.
You're not from here. Yeah, while eating. What are you doing here? This is our town. Like, bruh. Like they know if you're not from there because they recognize everybody that's there. And I'm wondering, like...
This is our milkshake joint.
Exactly. I don't know if people are gonna... Like, I was thinking, is it egotistical of me to think that? But I can get recognized in public by people that aren't Jewish, so if I go in a fully Jewish area, I have no clue.
Like at the movie theater.
Exactly. When we went... Did I say that already?
I have no idea.
Whatever. When we went to watch Oppenheimer at the movie theater...
Good movie for half of it.
Good movie for the first 2 hours and a half. Then there was about an hour of yapping, and it got really, really... And people kept on saying, now you got me on this, people kept on saying, you just don't appreciate the art, or, oh, TikTok ruined your attention span. No. Interstellar was amazing. I could watch that over and over, and he made that movie also, Christopher Nolan.
They were trying
It was actually boring for that last hour. Like, they were trying to, like, it felt like this big trailer, sort of.
They were trying to, I guess, make his...
It wasn't a movie about a bomb. It was a movie about Oppenheimer, and they wanted to show the court cases and the whole situation, which I get.
For many years, he was viewed really poorly, so they're trying to reshape his image, because maybe was he a communist, was he not? So they spent an hour trying to... They had an agenda. I think they had an agenda to make him look less of a communist. That was the idea. I mean... Therefore, they made him... Like, you know, they showed that he... Whatever. That's what the whole court case was.
It was a great movie, but yeah, it dragged on, and whenever you say that, there were, like... Sophisticated people will be like, "Oh, it's actually you didn't understand."
I've watched every movie.
I watched all of Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan has amazing movies. That was a great movie, but
don't say it wasn't a good movie.
It was a great movie.
Yeah.
The last hours just dragged on, but some people will refuse to hear that.
And you're kind of confused. You're not sure exactly what's happening.
Yeah, there's a lot. It was a lot of transitions.
Well, you didn't read his biography before. It's like, I didn't read his biography.
I did not read the Oppenheimer biography. Sorry. But while we were there at the movie theater, getting our drinks, snackies, one of the kids behind the counter was like, "Are you from TikTok?"
He didn't want to say your name though. He didn't want to say Jew Boy.
I'm like upset about that. Like, I don't know if
he was at work.
I don't know if he knew the name Jew Boy though, because I've had many TikTok accounts, so it's hard to tell. If people see me in public, they could yell Jew Boy at me. I don't care. Like it's
I know, but name. I think he was like, "Are you the?" And you said,
I think did he say, "Are you the Jewish guy?"
Yeah,
he said, "Are you the Jewish guy?"
Because I think he was gonna say it. That's why.
No, that's what people usually say. Are you the Jewish guy from TikTok or Instagram or whatever? And he he was working there. He went behind, like he came around the counter and like we took an epic picture and it was funny.
It was funny for me. It was the first time I saw it.
It was his first time seeing that. I actually like seeing your guys' reaction more than like them just going over to me. Sometimes
I was like, everyone ever say it back.
Sometimes our father will he'll record it. When we went to when we were in Disney World, he recorded it.
He told me to, by the way.
He wanted you to record it.
I wasn't paying attention. I was huh? So oh my gosh, someone recognized you. So I didn't pull out my camera right away.
Don't worry, eventually it happened so many times. There's no point of recording it because you'll just always see it. When we were at the Miami Heat game 2 years ago, we went last year also. It was lame. They ended up going to the finals though, but then they lost. 2 years ago we went. There's it was Jewish basketball Heritage Night. Weird, by the way. And by the way, I should have been up. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I should have got front row. Jewish Heritage Night. Hell, I should have been in that front row seat. You see that Elon Musk and Ben Shapiro had. Do you saw his thing?
They had a thing today, right?
Ben Shapiro had a thing today. He got all the Jewish leaders.
Oh really?
And Elon Musk. You already know they're all bought out. Elon Musk, because Elon Musk is now making a whole thing about stand against anti-Semitism. I'm like, damn it, they got him. And now they're going to think all the elitists.
Who was in there that you should have been there?
Huh? There were Manus Friedman was there.
Really?
Yeah, no, those types of rabbis. Like Chabad, the group we're part of, all those rabbis. Oh, there's another one, what's his name?
These guys are just clout chasers.
And they're not, no one crazy big, by the way. No. Manus Friedman's pretty big, but, there are some random ones also there. And, I responded to, the tweet or, to the community post saying, "Where's my invite?"
That's
where's my invite? I should have been there. There's no one else doing this crap. I don't know. Put me there.
Low-key, maybe.
I was thinking about it
because the reason
you can't exclude me. You need all. They had every aspect. They had non-religious rabbis. They had
I'm a little cynical when it comes to the Chabad people because it's well, okay, how many people could talk about don't say the K word without it being too much?
What do you mean?
I feel like Chabad. Okay, I'm not gonna hate on our sect too much.
But, oh no, I love hating in it. Continue.
No, guys like to get attention and they just want to be part of oh wow, we really we care to hear everyone's opinion. It's not really.
You're saying they're not there to stand against anti-Semitism. They're there because they want to get their name out there.
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, it's sort of
sure. No, you want both.
It's like that with everything. I mean,
that's why you want to be.
I'm up there solely for myself. I don't care if there's hate crimes. I mean, it happens to us, and we move. You know.
Hey, Jew boy, what do you have to say? It's love us, sub, and
make sure to smash subscribe. All that stuff.
Anyways, as we're saying, Jewish hate is terrible.
Exactly, because Elon Musk Twitter actually has a massive anti-Semitism problem like crazy.
I don't see it. I'm very curious to see it.
I see it. You have to look on replies to Jews. Yeah, you have to look at threads, and you'll just be like, oh wow, oh my goodness, what you'll never see is on there. Usually just us controlling the world and stuff, and I'm watching it on my Android that we control the world.
I just figure if you get a bunch of Jews together, it's nice, but we're all just gonna talk about it.
It's not. Yeah, I don't like how a bunch of Jews get together and then complain that.
Commiserate.
Huh?
It's so terrible.
Exactly. Miserate, is that a word?
Commiserate.
Commiserate.
We should make a committee.
No, they get together. They're we're Jews and we're sad that there's anti-Semitism. But when and there's a lot of Jewish influencers.
So
God bless their souls.
We should fundraise for a program.
They're alive. No, they do the same. It's basically these bubbles of Jews complaining to other Jews that bad stuff happened to Jews.
The only person listening is Jews.
Exactly. It doesn't actually have an effect, and the only people that might watch it are anti-Semites that are hate watching it, and they want to reply to it and they want to say why they're wrong. Which is why
as opposed to you,
I sort of in a way what I'm doing where I am on the line a lot of times with what I post, and I post a lot of edgy stuff. I post a lot of dark Jewish related stuff, and it garners that audience of people that are just that respect the fact that I don't really care about that type of stuff, and I'm not going to play victim to a joke or things like that. And I try and now I actually have an audience that's mainly not Jewish, and if I were to actually complain about that, which I don't, but if I needed to, people would actually would understand it and they'd respect it because they know when I'm serious, and they know when I'm just making a joke about something. So I don't know. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
No, I don't think I have a lot to say.
Yeah, no, we're gonna live it on time. Point is, Ben Shapiro should have invited me, and I'm very upset, very, very offended.
Name a rabbi who gets a call from Ben Shapiro and Elon Musk to come into their thing and says no. Name me a rabbi that says no.
Name you a rabbi that says... Is that a rhetorical question?
Yeah, that's my point. That's what it's obviously they're going to say yes because it's great for their socials. So therefore, I have a hard time listening.
No, but some of the rabbis just weren't as... They're not that popular. No, I don't mean to clout shame on them. It's not what I'm doing. But hey, if they could get on it, why can I get on it? I want to speak to Elon Musk. Imagine me speaking to Elon Musk.
Do you know their names off the top of your head or no?
Was there a Shmuley Buteach guy? Is that his name?
Was he on there?
He was on there also.
Hilarious.
I'm saying all these... No offense to him.
No, he does. They do a very good job.
No offense to them.
No,
they're great. They're amazing. We love them.
Him and Linus Friedman do a very good job getting
their names out there. And then a couple other I don't even know them, but they looked Chabad. Point is, they needed some diversity.
They do a good... They write... You know what they do? They write and say a lot of things that are a little edgy, and they get... And whatever, not necessarily edgy, but they get...
They bait people by doing sort of like what I do. I mean, I have Hitler in my thumbnails, and it does well, you know?
Yeah, but they do with everything religion. And they're honestly very smart. German Friedman's very smart. He has good things to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he has more subs than me.
But yes, he also wants to get subscribers and all that. So there's a lot of both.
I think I just want to speak to Elon Musk. Honestly, I just want to speak to Elon Musk. I'd be like, "Hey, Elon, are you gonna put a chip in my brain?" I don't know.
He's a billionaire. If you want to see a billionaire, just
but
watch me for a little.
I'll tell you this: to someone that's anti-Semitic or someone that the whole Jew conspiracy that run the world, that meeting looked hella suspicious because it was literally a bunch of rabbis, Ben Shapiro and Elon Musk, yes, anti-Semitism bad. He was told by some group to do it.
How is he paid off though? He's the richest guy in the world.
That's true, actually. But he's specifically standing against anti-Semitism versus other anti-things.
Because it happened to be pretty bad recently.
It actually is. And actually, by the way, it is just terribly bad on Twitter.
It was like
specifically.
It was like COVID. Hate the Jews.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, during COVID, you're saying that's when it started spiking.
Yeah.
And all the riots, the Nazi rallies, which apparently are fake federal agents that are pretending to be Nazis.
I'm like, this is too much. Sometimes it's too much for me.
Honestly, I kind of believe it.
Okay, see.
No, they have like pictures.
I see.
Like John Randy Stewart was like they named some random thing, and it shows a picture of him 10 years ago in like some police uniform.
Okay.
Like I don't know. I'm just throwing that there.
You're funny.
Anyways, is that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you all for watching. Make sure to download on Spotify. Watch and like all the previous episodes, and that's it. Literally smash like, subscribe. Goodbye.